guess. Ah, there we go. Now we can talk to the tree.
Hello? Hello?
Feeling better?
Leave us be.
Are you okay?
We find our strength returned, and so we have no time for idle conversation. We must drink and rejoice.
Aren't we forgetting something?
You know, the big thing behind her?
Listen, the song of ancient wood. Is it not sweet?
Sweet, definitely. Yeah. The baby's probably ready to boogie down as well.
The baby. Oh, the egg.
There we
Thank
go.
you. We almost forgot.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
Whew. That was close. Amazing that the roots can move like that. You got limber roots, my friend. Huh? What was that? Something much bigger.
What?
Whoa.
What was that?
Um,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna guess that Mama's back. Yep.
It is you. You have come,
You know me?
Talking dragon.
April,
Wanna guess that's that too?
daughter. I have been waiting for you
Too unexpected.
Waiting. Why?
because it begins here with you, as it always has.
What do you mean?
The breach and the mending, the pain and the joy, the end of the old and the dawn of the new. A different world.
And she's just
I
as
am the
cryptic as
mother
every
of
other
what
dragon.
is, but you are the mother of a future that may yet be.
Cryptic.
How will I know? How will I know what to do?
I will guide you, and I will protect you as much as I can. But in the end, you are on your own.
I'm afraid.
You always were, my child, my daughter.
That sounds like something else big.
This is probably not a good thing.
Yep, definitely not good. Hello? Whoa! Hello, big and ugly. Got nowhere to run. Crap. Oh shit! Chapter 1. Penumbra. Not even sure what penumbra means. They named the game after it. I'm not sure what it means.
What a nightmare. I'm completely exhausted. I must have been tossing and turning all night. So
Probably.
hot in here, too. No wonder I keep having these weird dreams. I've basically been simmering in my own sweat every night this past week.
Ah, lovely.
It doesn't look like it's gonna cool down anytime soon, either. It's another sunny day in Newport.
Well, that sounds great.
Well, it's a good thing the studio's got proper air conditioning. I promised myself I was gonna spend most of the day working, and I don't intend to break that promise. Not this time.
Well, it's a good thing. Got your priorities straight. So, yeah, this is her room. Very small little room. Not too
I had to
bad,
borrow
really.
some posters from the cafe, because I just can't afford to buy any of my own. When I think about it, that's so depressing.
Yeah, of course, you know, she's a college student. As you can tell
That's
from
my work.
here,
It's supposed to be a portrait of my life study teacher, but I think he might disagree.
she's an art student. And what's outside the window?
Nice view, if you're into brickwork.
Well, she said she was complaining how hot it was in here, so might as well open it. Let's take another look outside. Oh, yes, yes.
I still
Lovely.
haven't figured out what runs through the canals in Venice, but I'm sure it can't be water.
If it's green like that, probably not. Oh,
It's a rubber
ducky.
ducky, helplessly trapped under that rusty old grill.
Oh, that sucks. Well, clothesline.
It's a clothesline.
Well, we can use it. You know, in adventure games, you should always at least try to use stuff. Because you never know, something might be useful. It might be useful later on.
I don't know what that chain's for, but it's connected to some kind of mechanism at the bottom of the canal.
What happens if we put on it? Nothing. Just jiggles.
It's a
Oh,
seagull.
seagull.
Poor guy looks quite hungry.
Aw. Well, maybe we can find something for him later. Not much else we can do here.
I'm not good
plant.
at taking care of living things, but this plant's doing just fine despite months of neglect.
I like those kind of plants.
That's my desk,
desk.
so, theoretically, that's where I'm supposed to do my work. I think my muse has departed me for greener pastures, though, because lately, inspiration's been fleeting at best.
That sucks.
Shelves.
Oh, just shelves. What's she
The
got in her
wardrobe is
closet?
actually made of real wood, and not that synthetic crap that makes me sneeze and itch all over.
Huh. So she's allergic to synthetic wood. I've never heard of an allergy like that, but there's all kind of allergies, I guess. Let's see.
Alright, so my wardrobe's sort of chic deficient, but I can't
Eh.
afford to be cutting edge. Useful, practical, and cheap is my shopping mantra.
Pretty much. But considering this is an adventure game, you're going to be wearing the exact same clothes the entire time, so it doesn't really matter.
It's a bunch of drawings I drew when I was a kid. I don't even know why I brought them here. They mean absolutely nothing to me.
What's this?
It's Constable Guybrush, my toy oh, ape. He doesn't much like being called monkey.
Another thing about this game, there are a lot of little references to movies, other games, and whatnot that came out at the time this was released. And I know a few of them, but I don't know all of them. If you recognize some quote or some object that is a reference to a movie or something like that, feel free to point it out in the comments. I would really like to know. This one I do know. This toy monkey, Constable Guybrush, whom we can put into our inventory and have a closer look at, is a reference, I believe, to Monkey Island. Guybrush was, I think, the main character. I've never played the Monkey Island games, sad as that may be. But yeah, I think it's a reference to Monkey Island. I know that at the very least.
It's a wind-up mechanism.
So let's wind him up and see what he does. I love this song. And do the monkey.
Mildly amusing, but irritating as hell. I think I'll shut him up now.
Aw, I like that. I was even dancing to it.
Constable Guybrush is a strange hybrid between man, ape, and musician. In addition to being an officer of the law, of course.
Of course, of course. Actually, yes, I think Guybrush is the main character in the Monkey Island games. At least I think so. Oh,
I think one of his eyes is falling out.
aw, may have to get that fixed. Oh, we can pop it
The
out.
eye came loose. Poor
Aw.
Constable Guybrush.
I'm sorry. But considering the laws of adventure games, I might need it.
Sorry, Guybrush, but I need to borrow your eye for a while.
For what? We have no idea,
It's
but
Constable Guybrush.
like I said, this is an adventure game. We're going to need everything.
Monkey see, monkey do. Well, not without this he won't.
Oh, what's this?
My cash card at the moment is really quite useless. There can't be more than $1 or 2 left in it.
So basically, it's like a debit card, more or less. Actually, wait a minute.
The wardrobe is actually made of real wood and not that synthetic. I could only carry one suitcase with me when I left home. There was so much I would have loved to bring, but c'est la vie. At least it was a clean break with my past.
So,
I guess
yes.
when all my hard work starts paying off, I'll get a house and fill it with all kinds of new junk. The past, who needs it?
So yeah, she apparently didn't like her life at home and ran off.
I'm part of the should be reading more but life's too short generation. We embrace our illiteracy. The last book I read was How to Seduce the Man of Your Dreams. Now, if I can just find a man to dream about, I'll be all set.
Exactly. That would be helpful. Let's see.
It's a picture of me and my friends.
Might take that. Well, we can take it, so we might as well. Whoop. And
It's a
check it
picture
out
of
again.
Charlie, Emma, and me in Florence Park. Marcus took it about a month ago before it got real hot.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but from right to left, that's Charlie and that's Emma. We shall meet them later. And she's got a diary here.
My on again, off again diary. We've had a turbulent relationship, her and I.
I'm sure that's a relationship a lot of people have with diaries.
Dear diary, note to self. Dreams of talking trees and dragons aside, it's still no excuse for talking to inanimate matter in the real world. So quit it.
I've always read that. But let's take the diary. And now, the diary is in an inventory. Let's take a look at it. What's that?
There's a loose sheet of paper in here.
Let's put it
Hey,
out.
it's my timesheet from the cafe.
Ah.
I completely forgot I put it in here. Good thing I found it, 'cause I'm broke.
So yeah, now we
I've
can
been
get
keeping a
paid.
diary intermittently since I was 5 years old. Not the same one, of course. I started this one, I think, April of this year.
So it's safe to say this is a fairly recent diary. Oh. So
It's a list of the hours I worked this past week at the cafe.
we can.
Big surprise.
get paid
I'm
now.
still here.
And she also says funny things when you click on
Kind of
it.
unsettling to be so aware of myself all the time. I like my outfit. It's inexpensive, but cool.
You're in your underwear. Now, another thing, because we picked up April's diary, we can now go through and read all of the diary entries, which I'm going to do because they're pretty important. If you want to, you can skip it and read it yourself if you think that's faster than me reading it. Anyways, April 14th, 2209, a Friday. Happy birthday to me, the big one tonight. Join us, right? Well, not to sound like a complete spoil sport, but 18 feels kind of like 17. Only I can buy a gun and pilot a hovercraft. Well, that's kind of cool. Piloting a hovercraft is awesome. I kind of figured that the number 18 would cast light into the deep, dark chasm of my soul and reveal some grand truth about the universe, like the meaning of life, or at least some explanation as to why other guys are complete idiots. The meaning of life is 42, we all know that. Explanation as to why some all guys are complete idiots? Well, not all guys are complete idiots, just some. I can tell you that right now. I have met that percentage that are idiots. But no, nothing. I'm the same person today that I was yesterday. No different. Same old boring April, stuck in the same old boring life. Which of course does make me realize something important. I just have to get out of here soon. I have to leave. There's nothing here for me. No future and a path I'd rather forget. And I know where I want to go. The Venice Academy of the Visual Arts in Newport. Another thing. Newport is in America. It says you think Venice Academy, you would think it would be maybe in Italy or something like that. But no, it's in America. From what I've read from, it doesn't say in the game, but it says on the official website for The Longest Journey. God knows if they'll accept me into their fall program, but I have to try. Sarah went out there last year, and she's agreed to let me stay at her place for a short while until I can get a job and an apartment. Writing about leaving is both scary and exciting. It's scary because I've never really been on my own before, and I've never been to Newport. And of course, I'm scared that good old daddy will find out and force me to stay. Not that he can, but he will certainly try. On the other hand, it's really exciting too. I can't imagine anything that beats starting my own life in a place like Venice. From what I've seen and heard, it looks great. There are lots of little cafes and crisscrossing canals, just like in the real Venice in Italy. Okay, that explains it right there. And most of the people who live there are young and creative and not afraid to look or sound or be different, which would make a nice change from this place. Okay, so it did said it's been a while since I went through the beginning part of this game, so I don't remember everything. April 22nd. Today I called the academy and asked them about their admission requirements, and they told me to bring some of my work when you arrive. They don't really have any specific requirements, only that you're talented and dedicated and hardworking. The lady I spoke to sounded nice, but she didn't make any promises. She told me there are a lot of applicants and only a limited amount of spaces. I know my work's good, even though I haven't had much training, and I'm definitely dedicated and hardworking. So why am I still nervous? Everybody's nervous when they apply somewhere. Job or college. May 1st. My birthday. I'm sorry I haven't kept up with events in this diary, but with my exams and everything else going on right before graduation, I haven't had the time. I know, bad excuse. I'll just have to take time out, and I'll definitely keep my diary up to date from now on. May 25th! So much for keeping up to date. Ugh! 3 weeks of complete silence. I look back at my previous diaries and wonder, where the hell did I find the time to write so much so often? Oh well, I'll try to remember what's been going on these past few weeks. I passed all my exams with straight A's, of course. Well, she's pretty smart. And tomorrow morning I'm leaving home. Yes, I'm making the leap into the great unknown, and I'm never coming back. I withdrew all my money from the bank, $2,190, and I've packed a suitcase and a bag with my clothes and work samples and books and anything else I can't do without. Unfortunately, I have to leave so much. My old toys, some of the bigger canvases, my screen. It's not like I can have Mom ship them or anything. I'm leaving a letter from my family, but I'm not telling them where I'm going. 18 years under constant scrutiny is enough. I really don't want to carry any of that crap with me into my new life. Strangely though, when I was packing this morning, I suddenly remembered something I'd forgotten a long time ago. When I was a kid, I kept all my drawings in a box underneath the floorboard so my dad wouldn't find them and berate me for wasting my time. Sorry, it's kind of hard to read the writing. The box was right where I put it more than 6 years ago. I didn't feel like looking at any of the drawings right away, so I wrapped the box up and stuck it in my bag. I'll open it when I get to Venice. I don't think this is the right time for nostalgic reminiscing about my childhood, but I'm glad I remembered to pack the box. So tonight, I'm sneaking out of here at 4 a.m. to catch the train to Greenvale, and from there on to the big city itself, Newport. At dinner tonight, I'll see Mom, Dad, Daniel, and Owen for the last time in a long while. I don't really care if I ever see Dad again, but I feel really sorry for Mom. She doesn't seem to care much for me, but I know she'll miss me, and I know she'll feel very guilty for turning a blind eye to the way he treated me throughout all those years. As for Danny and Owen, I don't really know. Danny's an asshole. He could, theoretically, improve, though I doubt he wants to. As for Owen, he's still a kid. He might turn out okay, but as long as Dad's in control, I'm not too optimistic. I'm going to the pond tonight to say goodbye. I haven't been there in a long while, not since that crazy day. Well, I have to see it one last time, or I never get it out of my head. As for my friends, I don't really want to say anything. I'll mail them when I get to Newport, to Venice. So, this is the last entry I write in here, in this house, in this room. In some strange way, I can't really understand. I'll miss it. Not much, but I did grow up here. I did spend 18 years, oh my god, in this place, and that's not soon forgotten or ignored. I don't want to feel bad for what I'm doing, but I can't help it. I do feel bad a little, but more than anything, I'm excited about what tomorrow will bring. I think, yeah, I believe I might actually be happy. Imagine that. Friday, July 28th, 2209. Way too early in the morning, and I won't even try to describe the dream I had last night. Like, enough with the fairy tales already. I need to start dreaming about boys and shopping. You know, the important things in life. Very girly. Not to be offensive. It just dawned on me that the student exhibition opens in less than 2 weeks. My painting, and I mean that in the broadest sense of the word, is not even close to being presentable. Even that's an overstatement. All I have is a blank canvas, and while that may fool some people, like in, whoa, that's an expressive statement of nothingness, it won't fool my teachers. So today I have to put in a solid 6 hours of work at the studio. I just hope that inspiration will strike me like lightning from the sky. It could happen. And excuse me for one moment.